Hello, everyone. I'm Noel Pamplona, your Sun Life advisor. Welcome to this presentation about the global tech funds. In the next few minutes, I'll show you how these funds allow you to harness the power of innovation and technology while helping you move closer to your financial goals. Let's get into it. So, why should you consider investing in the global tech funds? First, you get the combined benefit of insurance and investment in the technology sector. This means your money has the potential to grow while you also enjoy protection. Second, the funds are available in both peso and US dollar options, giving you flexibility depending on your needs. You also get to choose between two variants. If you want regular income, there's the payout variant, where you can receive potential quarterly cash payouts. But if your goal is to maximize long-term growth, you can go with the growth variant and allow your money to accumulate over time. And here's a bonus. For select single-pay plans, no medical exam is required, making it more convenient to get started. Plus, insurance coverage goes up to age 70. So with one plan, you're not just investing, you're protecting your future as well. Here's more. With global tech funds, you get to be part of the top global names in the tech sector, the companies leading innovation worldwide. If you're looking for steady income, the payout variant gives you the chance to receive potential quarterly payouts. But if you want to maximize your wealth over time, the growth variant helps your money work harder for you. So whether your goal is income today or growth tomorrow, these funds are designed to match your needs. In other words, these funds are designed to match your personal financial goals, whether that's receiving income today or growing your wealth for the future. For those considering the payout option, here's something exciting. The fund has a target annualized payout rate of 7%. This means that every quarter, the fund aims to provide payouts based on a percentage of your fund value at that time. The actual payout may be higher or lower than 7%, depending on performance, but this gives you a solid target to work with. It's a way to enjoy potential income while keeping your investment in a global growth market. One of the biggest advantages of these funds is that they let you access global tech opportunities. The funds are invested in an exchange-traded fund, or ETF, that tracks the NASDAQ 100 index, an index of the 100 largest, most actively traded companies listed on NASDAQ. More than half of this index is made up of leading tech companies. So by investing here, you're essentially tapping into the growth of the global technology sector without needing to buy these stocks one by one. Here's how the NASDAQ 100 breaks down by sector. At least 50% is invested in technology, companies leading in software, semiconductors, and cloud services. It also includes communication services like social media and digital platforms, consumer discretionary companies such as e-commerce and electric vehicles, plus allocations to healthcare, industrials, and more. Some of the top tech stocks here include Apple, Amazon, Alphabet, Meta, Microsoft, Nvidia, and Tesla. These are companies we all know and use in our daily lives. And with global tech funds, you can be part of their growth story. Now let's talk about the bigger picture. Why should you explore global financial markets? When we compare global stock markets over the past 10 years, the Philippines has been one of the lower performing indexes. Meanwhile, the NASDAQ 100 has been among the best performing indexes worldwide across multiple time frames. For example, in just 10 years, the NASDAQ 100 delivered a return of 364%, compared to only 9% from the Philippine Stock Exchange Index. This shows the importance of diversifying, not just investing locally, but also tapping into global markets where the growth is happening. Another important point, many of the fast-growing tech companies simply aren't represented in our local stock market. Unlike countries like Korea or Taiwan, where tech makes up a big portion of their indexes, The Philippine Stock Exchange Index has very little exposure to technology. That's why global tech funds are valuable. They bridge that gap and give Filipino investors the chance to ride the growth of international tech companies. Here's a clear comparison. Over the past decade, the NASDAQ 100 has significantly outperformed the PSEI. This demonstrates how global exposure, especially to innovative companies, can make a big difference in long-term returns. Now let's compare pure investments with Sun Life's VUL, or Variable Universal Life Plans. With pure investments, the goal is simply to grow your money, but the value can go up and down depending on the market, and there's no insurance coverage. With a Sun Life VUL, you get both. Your fund value can grow with the market, but you're also assured of a minimum death benefit in case something unexpected happens. So you're not only investing, you're also protecting your family's financial security. Plus, you get the flexibility to make partial withdrawals when needed and the ability to leave a legacy. Let's compare the Peso Global Tech Fund with traditional peso time deposits. With a time deposit, you earn around 3 to 3.5% annually, and the money is concentrated with just one bank. With the Peso Global Tech Fund, your investment is diversified across 100 U.S. companies with a target payout of 7% per year. Not only are the potential payouts higher, but you also enjoy insurance coverage equal to at least 125% of your single premium or fund value, whichever is higher. It's a smarter way to let your money work harder, while also keeping protection in place. Now for the dollar option. A traditional US dollar time deposit may earn about 2.5 to 3.5% annually. But with the Dollar Global Tech Fund, your investment is spread across top NASDAQ 100 companies with a target payout of 7% annually. You also get the same insurance coverage, at least 125% of your single premium or fund value. So instead of settling for low fixed rates, you can position your dollars in a fund that gives you both growth potential and protection. Here's an illustration of how your money could potentially grow in the Peso Global Tech Fund compared to a time deposit. If you invested 1 million pesos back in 2003, by 2024, your fund value plus cumulative payouts could have grown to about 4.19 million pesos, with a compound annual growth rate of 7.43%. Compare that to a time deposit over the same period, which would only reach around 1.73 million pesos with a growth rate of 2.78%. Of course, this is a historical simulation and not a guarantee of future performance, but it shows the growth potential of being invested in the NASDAQ 100. Now let's see the same illustration for the Dollar Global Tech Fund. If you placed 20,000 US dollars in 2003, by 2024, it could have grown to about $41,920, with a compound annual growth rate of 7.43%. A comparable time deposit, however, would only be around $13,780, with a much lower growth rate of 1.62%. Again, while past performance doesn't guarantee future results, it clearly shows the advantage of being exposed to global tech opportunities. To summarize, here are the key benefits of global tech funds. A guaranteed minimum coverage of 125% of your single premium or fund value, whichever is higher in case of death. 2 variants to match your goals: the payout variant for potential quarterly income, or the growth variant for maximizing long-term returns. Exposure to the NASDAQ 100, one of the best-performing indices in the world, with a compounded annual growth rate of about 20% over the last 5 years. It's an investment that combines growth, income, and protection all in one package. Thank you for joining me and exploring the global tech funds. These funds make it easier for Filipinos to access global technology companies, whether you prefer peso or dollar investments, whether you need income now or growth for the future. Once again, I'm Noel Pamplona, Sun Life Advisor, and it's been my pleasure to walk you through this exciting opportunity. If you'd like to learn more or get started, feel free to reach out to me. I'd be happy to help you take the next step towards your financial goals.